Welcome back to another video for you guys here today on Madden 21. Now today, of course, we have the face cam back. It's been quite some time, but I think I might have resolved my rendering issue with my videos lately. I don't think it was actually related to the face cam, but I wanted to do a bit of an experiment just to be safe. But today's video is going to be a different kind of experiment here once again. So I was originally going to do a video where I cut every team's best player and then simulate just to see who gets signed by which team. But it turns out that RBT did that like a week ago. I figured that out like 20 minutes ago. I literally just looked it up right before I was about to record just to see if anyone did it recently. And there was RBT just chilling in my suggesteds. So he just did it like a week ago, so I'm not going to do that now. Now I'm going to do a bit of an iteration of that today. Instead of cutting every team's best player, I'm just going to cut every team's best running back. And we're going to see where some of these really good running backs end up. Maybe they'll go back to the team, you know, that cut them. Maybe they'll go somewhere else and like win a Super Bowl or make the playoffs with another team. I don't know. It'll be interesting. I looked up that video and the closest thing I got to it was CK Birds. He made a video of making every starting quarterback a running back. And that was about 3 weeks ago. So this is different than that. So we're going to see how this video turns out. But anyway, if you guys are not yet subscribed to the channel, if this is the first time you are watching over here, I would really appreciate it if you could hit that subscribe button down below. Also, if you end up enjoying this video in particular, it would mean a lot to me if you could hit that subscribe button. Also, I am the Patriots for this. Now, the team really doesn't matter in the slightest, but if you want a chance to be named a coach in a future video, like Braden Knoll, you can go ahead and join my Discord. That's also in the description. I asked my Discord which team I should be, and the first person to respond was Braden, and he also wanted me to be the Patriots. Technically, he was the second one to respond. The first one to respond got the coach name in my all out of position video, so I didn't want to give it to him again just because he kind of already was named a coach. Let's go ahead and check out free agency though, and you're gonna see, obviously, very much loaded with running back. All the best running backs are in free agency, I guess, aside from Kareem Hunt, because he's still better than a lot of these guys, but he is not the best running back on the Browns according to Madden. So of course, not everyone who I released is actually like starting in real life. They're not the #1 running back for their respective teams in real life. For example, James Robinson is the starting running back on the Jaguars, and I did not cut him because he was not the highest overall running back on that team. I'm guessing it was probably Chris Thompson. I don't remember exactly who I ended up releasing. It is Chris Thompson. Okay, he's a 76. And I think James Robinson's like a 72. So he was not the highest overall, even though he is the starting running back. I'll probably still title this video like cutting every team's starting running back or something like that. By that, I just mean their starting running back in Madden. So James White was released here from the Patriots. So the Patriots still have Sony Michel. Maybe they don't go out and get a running back. You never know. But I'm going to go ahead, advance all the way to the playoffs. We'll see who makes it. See, you know, which of these superstars end up on different teams. And maybe even kind of check out the stats just to see who's playing better or worse on a different team. All right, so we are now in the playoffs. Let's go ahead and check out the running back for the Patriots. Did they stick it out with Sony Michel, or did they go elsewhere? The Patriots actually ended up just sticking it out with Sony Michel. All right, he's up to an 82 overall. Let's check out the standings though in this division. They finished 9-7 along there with the Bills, 8-8 for the Jets, 6-10 for the Dolphins. Let's go over the standings of the entire NFL though. The best team were the Saints, 13-3, 11-5 there for the Ravens, 12-4 for the Rams. I'm not sure why that's listed beneath the Ravens. That's kind of weird. 11-5 for the Cowboys, 11-5 for the Broncos. All right, so the NFL seems fairly normal. I feel like that's typically what happens in simulation. Let's go over the stats and awards and whatnot. I'm gonna check out the stats. Let's see who the leading rusher is, and let's see what team he is on, more importantly. Nick Foles led the league in passing yards. Okay, Drew Brees also threw 20 picks, 28 touchdowns. What are these seasons? They're all very strange, but let's see who the leading rusher is. It is Saquon on the Jets. 1,265 yards, 10 touchdowns. Kareem Hunt at number 2. Josh Jacobs on Washington. Derrick Henry is on the Saints. Zeke is on the Chargers. Nick Chubb on the Broncos. Did anyone go back to their team? Now, Damian Williams is actually back on his original team. He's on the Chiefs again. Dalvin Cook on the Giants, Austin Eckler on the Cardinals. Leonard Fournette, of course, was not one of the guys I cut. Christian McCaffrey makes his way to the Bears. Now, they always go after him in a fantasy draft, so I didn't really expect him to go anywhere else. I guess the Ravens didn't get a different running back. Gus Edwards is still going to start there. Todd Gurley on the Dolphins. Chris Carson on the Steelers. Kenyan Drake is on the Jags. Phillip Lindsay ends up on the Falcons, even though I didn't cut him. I cut Melvin Gordon from their team. That's really weird that he also got released. Interesting. Alvin Kamara ends up on the Cowboys. Carlos Hyde gets 10 touchdowns there for the Seahawks. Jonathan Taylor gets 17 touchdowns. Okay, any other starters down here? Joe Mixon doing nothing on the Titans. I wonder if these guys got signed throughout this season and not at the start of the year, because these numbers are actually quite low. David Montgomery also on the Chargers. They signed 2 running backs. I think they had Zeke as their other one, if I remember correctly. Okay, interesting seasons from a lot of these guys. That guy down there at 10 touchdowns. It's Zack Moss. Okay. But yeah, nobody actually had an incredibly good season. These numbers seem a little bit low from what I'm used to, simulating with. But a bunch of guys did have really, really solid years. Kareem Hunt seemed like the best running back, which is funny because he didn't even get released. He stayed on his team because he's technically the second best running back on that team. Where did Nick Chubb go? I actually didn't even notice. Nick Chubb was one of the first people we looked at. He went to the Broncos. All right, so let's go ahead and simulate to the Super Bowl, and I'll kind of go over the playoffs and see what happened. The Super Bowl is still going to be between the Browns and the Saints. I feel like that happens all the time. I might also simulate the draft just to see if anybody targets running back who normally would not have. We'll kind of see how that goes. Maybe look at free agency as well, just to see how that shakes up. We can do just one full season just to see how the NFL changes if every starting running back is released. But the Saints are going to win the Super Bowl with Derrick Henry as their running back. I'm going to go ahead and check out who won in each week of the postseason as well. Let's see if I can remember which running backs were on which team. I probably won't be able to. But the Browns, they kept Kareem Hunt, made it all the way to the Super Bowl with him. Derrick Henry made the Super Bowl with the Saints there. I remember a handful of other guys, but not obviously everybody. The Chiefs are still going to make the playoffs. They didn't really change their running back though. The Patriots are going to beat the Colts in the first round of the playoffs there. The Browns are going to take down Nick Chubb and the Broncos. All right, so the Bears win with Christian McCaffrey there. The Cowboys are going to win with Alvin Kamara. Dalvin Cook goes down. And then the Rams are going to win against the Buccaneers. The Buccaneers kept Fournette. I don't exactly remember who the Rams went out and got. But the Browns, of course, are going to win again. The Saints are going to beat Christian McCaffrey and the Bears. The Chiefs are going to win once again. And then the Cowboys are going to take down the Rams. And, of course, we know how these games ended up. But it's interesting to see where a couple of those guys went. Derrick Henry on the Saints actually sounds terrifying. I mean, Alvin Kamara is insanely good as well. But Derrick Henry on that team, like in place of Latavius Murray or something, would be absolutely gross. Let's go ahead and advance 1 week into free agency. I'm not going to bother signing anyone right now. I might have messed things up for the Patriots just by, being a user of this team, but that's just kind of what happens in this game. But Christian McCaffrey, Derrick Henry, Alvin Kamara, these guys are all free agents. Let's just check out running backs. Alvin Kamara is like always a free agent at this moment. Marlon Mack is here. I think he's typically a free agent as well. Devin Singletary, Le'Veon Bell, Ronald Jones, Leonard Fournette. So obviously Ronald Jones wasn't on the Bucs last season, but Leonard Fournette is also off that team. David Montgomery is down here. All right, interesting to see how the free agency is shaping up. I'm going to go ahead and advance to probably just the next season, simulate the draft, all that good stuff. And then I'll go over every team starting running back heading into this next year and see who got long-term extensions, see what kind of rookies some teams drafted and whatnot. So let's start off with the Patriots. They're going to have Sony Michel for this next season. I'm not going to simulate one more year. I just kind of want to see where the league is at the moment. Turns out James Conner went to the Raiders. We're going to have Cam Akers there starting for the Rams. David Montgomery ended up with the Ravens at the end. He was a free agent. Josh Jacobs still on Washington there. He was on Washington last season as well. Jamal Williams is going to try to replace Derrick Henry, I guess, for the Saints. Aaron Jones on the Seahawks. That's kind of a really good combination there. Him and Russell Wilson, of course. Chris Carson is going to move to the Steelers. We have a rookie running back here, Paul Tompkins, for the Texans. Let me go to the roster just so I can click on these guys in case they have hidden. So Paul Tompkins has normal development trait. I kind of figured he would. Joe Mixon made his way over to the Titans. We're going to have Miles Sanders on the Vikings. The Bears have Cordero Patterson as their starting running backs. No more Christian McCaffrey. Phillip Lindsay and Marlon Mack are on the same team, both on the Bengals. Zack Moss is going to be the starting running back of the Bills. Nick Chubb still insane there on the Broncos. We're going to have Kareem Hunt still, of course, the running back of the Browns. A 67 overall rookie, probably normal development. That's exactly what he has. Is going to be starting there for the Buccaneers. Deshaun Rice. We're going to have Austin Eckler on the Cardinals. Ezekiel Elliott, still the running back here of the Chargers. Nothing changed there. Christian McCaffrey is going to be the running back of the Chiefs with Patrick Mahomes, with Tyreek Hill, with Travis Kelce, Mecole Hardman. This offense is insane. That is an unstoppable offense. They have 3 really good running backs, but they have the best running back in this entire game. That's nuts. The Colts are going to stick with Jonathan Taylor. He had a great rookie season. Makes sense. Duke Johnson is going to be the running back there for the Cowboys. Todd Gurley still on the Dolphins. He was there last season as well. Boston Scott is going to be the starter of the Eagles. Ito Smith is going to be the starter of the Falcons, but they do have Steve Baxter, normal development rookie. Nothing spectacular, though. Tevin Coleman's going to be the running back for the 49ers. Dalvin Cook still here with the Giants. Le'Veon Bell also joins this team. Kenyan Drake is still going to be on the Jaguars. Saquon on the Jets. Devin Singletary, Kerryon Johnson, and DeAndre Swift make for a pretty good and really young running back trio. A.J. Dillon is going to be the starter for the Packers. Derrick Henry is actually on the Panthers now with Alvin Kamara. I know I kind of like joked about this before at the Saints. I said if Derrick Henry replaced Latavius Murray, that would be nuts, and this is kind of a similar situation for one of their rivals. That's not what the Saints want to deal with for sure. And then we're back to the Patriots. All right, so this was a different kind of video, probably on the shorter end, but I do hope you guys enjoyed this one. Let me know if you think I should do this with any other position in particular, because I think some other positions would be really cool. I went with running back because running backs are very important in Madden. They normally will like make or break a team. If you have a good running back and like an okay rest of the roster, there's still a pretty good chance your team will perform well. I feel like the running back elevates the performance of a lot of the other members on the offense at least. And then like the other way around, if you have a bad running back but like a good rest of the team, your team probably won't be playing too well. That's just kind of what I figured out simulating through a bunch of years on Madden throughout the past couple Maddens. But anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. I really hope you guys enjoyed this one, and I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye.
Where every step you take is to